in fair London street. A charming little oyster girl I chanced for to meet, and so into her basket so nimbly I did peep, for to see if she had any oysters. "Oh, oysters, oh, oysters, oh, oysters," said she. "5 a tenner I'm selling them, but 6 I'll give to thee. 5 a tenner I'm selling them, but 6 I'll give to thee, if you'll bargain for me basket of oysters." "Oh, landlord, oh, landlord, oh, landlord," said he, "have you a little private room for the oyster girl and me, that we may sit down and so merrily be, whilst I bargain for her basket of oysters?" "Oh, yes," says the landlord, "oh, yes," says he, "I have a little private room for the oyster girl and thee, where you may sit down and so merrily be, whilst I bargain for her basket of oysters." We had not been inside the room for half an hour or more, before she picked me pocket of all my money. Then around the room she tripped, and she gave to me the slip, and she left me with her basket of oysters. "Oh, landlord, oh, landlord, oh, landlord," said he, "have you seen that little oyster girl that came along with me?" "Yes." "And she's paid me your reckoning, sir, so you may go free, so it's hook it with your basket of oysters." Cold blows the winds over my true love, cold are the drops of rain. I never had but one true love. In the greenwood he was slain. But I'll do as much for my true love as any young lass can do. I'll sit and I'll weep right o'er his grave for a 12-month and 1 day. When a 12-month and 1 day had passed, this young man he arose and said, "What brings you here by my graveside, that I can take no rest? Go get me a note from the dungeon so deep, get water from a stone, or milk white out of a fair maid's breast, when a fair maid never had known. How can I get a note from the dungeon so deep. Oh, water from a stone. Oh, milk white out of a fair maid's breast, when a fair maid never had none. Give me a kiss from your clay cold lips. One kiss is all I crave. Give me a kiss from your clay cold lips, and return back to your grave. If you have a kiss from me clay cold lips, my breath so earthly strong. If you have a kiss from my clay cold lips, your days will not be long. I used to like singing, and I was a very good singer, but I never had no training. See, whatever songs we learned from, well, we got various roads of learning them. But in later years, say 40 years ago, that road sheets come out of songs that only cost halfpenny. Oh, beautiful songs, all on them, all the good tenor songs and the Irish songs. If I was to sit down, I could write a long list of all sorts, and a load of songs, all them. And I learned quite a lot about the loaders, you know. Just pick them up, stop your tickling jock, and not no ancient songs like these, but one old song is was very popular in the pubs when I'm drunk, was Oh Genevieve. Oh Genevieve sung in a pub, eh? What did you kill your dear little brother for? My boy, come tell it unto me. For killing 3 little dicky birds that flew from tree to tree. What will you do with your houses and land? My boy, come tell it unto me. What will you leave your dear little brother now? My boy, come tell it unto me. I'll leave him a rope to hang himself on yonder high tree. What will you do when your father comes home? My boy, come tell it unto me. I will place my foot on board a ship and sail to America. When shall I see your dear, dear face again? My boy, come tell it unto me. Never till the sun sets on yonder high tree, and that will never, never be. A pretty maid so blithe and gay went up into a mill one day. A peck of corn she had to grind, but never a miller could she find. With the fal-da-diddle-i-do, fal-da-diddle-ay, fal-da-diddle-i-do, fal-da-diddle-ay. At length the miller he came in, that pretty fair maid she did begin. A peck of corn I have to grind, but never a miller can I find. With me fal-da-diddle-i-do, fal-da-diddle-ay, fal-da-diddle-i-do, fal-da-diddle-ay. My stones are up, my water's low, my mill is not in tune to go. But they talked of love till love grew kind, and then the mill begun to grind. With me fal-da-diddle-i-do, fal-da-diddle-ay, fal-da-diddle-i-do, fal-da-diddle-ay. Now you go home, my pretty dear, for your corn's ground and my mill's clear. And if it has been ground 1,000 times o'er, I'm sure you never had it ground so well before. With me fal-da-diddle-i-do, fal-da-diddle-ay, fal-da-diddle-i-do, fal-da-diddle-ay. That's the miller. You see, it's the custom in the country for a mill to be in one place, and lots of people around about who grew their own corn took the mill to be ground. It wasn't organised like it is now, and the mill, when it was out of order, when there was no work for it, it was taken out of commission. You see, the stones were jacked up, and the water in the stream, they couldn't work out the water in the stream, and they generally dammed the stream to get the water when they wanted it. But generally, that was how it went. The mills went out of commission when there was no corn to grind. But the people they'd always got to eat, and they brought their corn from the various places to have it ground. That was one of the miller told her that his stones were up and his water was low. He got no, he couldn't make the mill wheel go. In Thorneymoor Woods in Nottinghamshire fell the dull air light till other day. In Thorneymoor Woods in Nottinghamshire fell the dull air hay. In Thorneymoor Woods in Nottinghamshire, about a mile from each of them were 3 keepers' houses stood at 3 square. Right fell the dull air day. When me and my mates went out at night, fell the dull air till other day. With my 2 dogs close on my heels, fell the dull hay. When me and my mates went out at night, with my 2 dogs close at my heels. 'Twas to catch a fat buck in Nottingham fields, right fell the dull air day. The very first night we had bad luck, fell the dull air till other day. Jack, my very best dog, got stuck, fell the dull hay. He came to me both bloody and lame, and sorry was I to see him the same. He was not able to follow the game, right fell the dull herald day. I searched his wounds and found them slight, fell the dull light till of the day. I know some keepers done this for spite, fell the dull hey, but I'll take my pike staff in my hand, I'll search the wood till I find the man. Then I'll tan his hide right well if I can, right fell the dull day. The very first thing that we found fell the dull light till of the day. Was a big fat buck nearly dead on the ground, fell the dull hey. The very first thing that we found was a big fat buck nearly dead on the ground. I know my dogs gave him his death wound, right fell the dull day. I pulled out my knife and I cut the buck's throat, fell the dull till of the day. I pulled out my knife and I cut the buck's throat, fell the dull hey. And now you would have left to see limping Jack going along with the buck on his back. He carried him like a Yorkshire bunchback, right fell the dull day. We ordered a butcher to skin the game, fell the dull till of the day. Likewise another to sell the same, fell the dull hey. The very first joint they offered for sale was to an old woman who brewed bad ale, and it caused we poor lads in jail, right fell the dull day. The assizes are opened and we're all here, fell the dull till of the day. The assizes all over and we're all clear, fell the dull hey. The gentleman felt a sorrowful scorn that such an old woman should be forsworn, and all to pieces she ought to be torn, right fell the dull day. I once had a collar as red as a rose, but now 'tis as pale as the lily that grows. All through a young sailor who come courting me, but he turned out a false-hearted lover to be. He told me such stories, he quite turned my head, but to prove that I loved him, I took him to bed. Then early one morning, this sailor arose, and he threw in my apron 2 handfuls Take this love, take that love, for the deed I have done. I have left you a daughter, or else a fine son. And if it's a daughter, she shall wait upon thee. And if it's a son, love, he will sail the blue sea. He will wear a blue jacket, his hat lined with gold, and will prove by his daring a brave sailor bold. Now all you young lasses, take warning from me, and never trust a young man 1 inch or your knee. They'll kiss you, they'll court you, they'll swear they'll be true, but the very next moment they'll bid you adieu. Here we come a-waddling among the leaves so green. Here we come a-waddling so far to be seen. Love and joy come to you, Wazlin, to you. Praise God, send you a happy new year. A happy new year, a happy new year. Praise God, send you a happy new year. There's quite a few verses. We are not daily beggars that beg from door to door, but we are neighbors' children who you have seen before. Love and joy come to you, to your Wazlin, to you. Praise God, send you a happy new year. A happy new year, a happy new year. Praise God, send you a happy new year. Oh, the customs that we do on a New Year's night, you know, or New Year's Eve at least, we'd wait up. We kids, 3 or 4 of them, just little gang, you know, and we'd wait up till we sit on lights in the windows. The folks are going to work, you know, and we'd go and sing them the New Year. Open the door, think of the poor, please to loose the new year in, the old one out, the new one in, pocket full of money, a cellar full of beer, a good fat pig to last you all the year. I wish you a Merry Christmas, I wish you a Merry Christmas, I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now Christmas is over, we'll all try and get sober. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And sometimes they'd have a couple or two waiting for us, and perhaps a mince pie, something like that. The cock sat up the roof tree, the hen come chuckling by. I wish you Merry Christmas and every day a pie, a pie, pie, a pie, a peppercorn. They give you nothing, is it? The cock sat up the roof tree, the hen come chuckling by. I wish the cock could drop a turd and drop it in your eye. A pie, a pie, a pie, a peppercorn. We got to flip then. We got to depart quick. On the 21st of October, before the rising sun, we formed a line for action, me boys, at 12 o'clock begun. Brave Nelson to his men did say, the Lord will prosper us this day, give them the broadside fire away on board the man of war. From broadside to broadside our cannon balls did fly. Like hailstones the small shot around our deck did lie. Our mast and rigging was shot away, besides some thousands in that fray were killed and wounded in the fray on board the man of war. And then a brave commander with grief he shook his head. There is no reprieve, there is no relief, brave Nelson is dead. It was a fatal musket ball that caused our hero for to fall. Let him die in peace. God bless you all on board the man of war. John Riley was our true love's name. He loved our farmer's daughter, dear as constant as could be. Her father, he'd got riches, but Riley, he was poor. Because she loved this honest man, he would not her endure. Oh, mother dear, where shall I send my love? My very heart lies in his breast as constant as a dove. Oh, daughter dear, I'm not severe, and here's £1,000. Send Riley to America to purchase there some ground. Soon as she'd got the money, to Riley she did run. This very night to have your life, my father's charged the gun. But here's £1,000 in gold my mother sent to you. Here is my hand and off my ring till I meet with you. Soon as they'd got the money, next day they sailed away. A storm came on that very night and lasted all the day. The ship went down, all hands were lost, her father griefful sore, when they found her in Riley's arms, drowned on the shore. Upon her breast a note was found with letters wrote in blood. Saint Cruel was my father, who went to shoot my love. I pray this be a warning to all fair maidens gay, never to let the lads you love sail to America. Where have you been all day, Henry, my son? Where have you been all day, my beloved one? In the meadow, make my bed, there's a pain in my head, and I want to lie down and die. What have you had to eat, Henry, my son? What have you had to eat, my beloved one? Poison berries, make my bed, there's a pain in my head, and I want to lie down and die. Who gave you poison berries, Henry, my son? Who gave you poison berries, my beloved one? My sister, make my bed, there's a pain in my head, and I want to lie down and die. What will you leave your father, Henry, my son? What will you leave your father, my beloved one? Gold and silver, make my bed, there's a pain in my head, and I want to lie down and die. What will you leave your mother, Henry, my son? What will you leave your mother, my beloved one? Love and kisses, make my bed, there's a pain in my head, and I want to lie down and die. What will you leave your sister, Henry, my son? What will you leave your sister, Henry, my son? A rope to hang her, a rope to hang her. Make my bed, there's a pain in my head, and I want to lie down and die. How shall I make your bed, Henry, my son? How shall I make your bed, my beloved one? Long and narrow, make my bed, there's a pain in my head, and I want to lie down and die. Oh, it was my cruel parents that first did me trap hand. They married me to an old man for the sake of money and land. They'd married me to a young man without a penny at all. He'd have took me in his arms and loved me all the more. Oh, it's hush, my dearest Nancy, oh, wait till we go to town. I'll buy you a lady's bonnet, likewise a muslin gown. There is no lady in the land your beauty can compare, and I'll buy you a little lapdog to follow you everywhere. I want none of your little lapdogs, nor none of your gentle care. It's a pity that such an old man, my beauty, you should sneer. I am but 16 years of age and scarcely in my bloom. Oh, you are my cruel torment, both morning, night, and noon. When he comes to bed at night, he's as cold as any clay. His feet are as cold at midnight as corpse, I've heard them say. His pipes are out of order and his old flute's never in tune. Oh, I wish that he was dead, the young man in the room. Come all ye lads of fair renown, that like to drink strong ale that's brown, and fetch the mounted pheasant down, with powder shot and gun. 3 brave youths went out one night to kill some game, was their delight. The moon shone bright, not a cloud appeared in sight. The keepers heard them fire their gun, and to the spot they quickly run, and swore before the rising sun that one of us should die. The bravest youth amongst the lot, 'twas his misfortune to be shot. For help he cried, but he was denied. His memory ever shall be blessed. He rose again to stand the test. But down upon his gallant breast the crimson blood did flow. A young man was walking one bright summer morning, feeling quite happy and taking the air, when he beheld a most beautiful damsel walking before him along the lane. He walked up to her and gently did ask her, "Oh, where are you going so early this morn?" She said, "Kind sir, I am going to Leinster, for that is the very place where I was born." Shall I go with you, sweet Lady Esther? Shall I go with you along this lane? She turned herself round and she looked all on him, and said, yes, if you please, kind sir, she said. They had not gone a half-mile together before he wanted to show her a game. He threw himself down and he pulled her down by him and said, I will show you a sweet, pretty game. You see, kind sir, I am not used to gaming, but along with you I am willing to try, and if I by chance do happen to beat you, you must not think I am telling a lie. So she caught the cards, and he chose to deal them, not dealing himself, not the ace, but the jack, and then by chance dealt the ace into her hands, which is commonly called the best trump in the pack. She played down her ace and stole his jack off him, which made her cry, I love Jack and the game. You see, young man, I have fairly beat you. You dare not play the game over again. The game, my dear, it is very exhausting, and I'm in no condition to play it again. But if you by chance should come this way tomorrow, then we will play the game over again. When 40 long weeks had gone and passed, a sorrowful tale this young woman could tell. She cursed the very hour she played at all fours, because it made her feel very unwell. I wish my baby it was born, sat smiling on its daddy's knee, and I was in some churchyard lying, with the green grass growing